What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin in the Chicago land area. Happy Monday, everybody. It's Monday. It's a start to a fresh, brand new week. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys all listening in to the Jaime Dee Show. If you're listening in your cars, thank you so much for not turning that radio dial. If you're listening in on the many different streaming platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, I really appreciate you. We're on at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. And we're also live on Instagram right now at It's Jaime Dee. That's ITSJAIMEDEE. Shout out to Tattoos by Jake. Hail, shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Damo. Shout out to Kara. I see you guys all tuning in live on Instagram, and I truly appreciate you. All right, so for today's show rundown, we're getting into the daily news and taking your own advice. Yes, you got to take it. We're going to talk about that later on in the show, so don't go anywhere because I want you guys calling at 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410 to get into the conversation. And also, as usual, you're more than welcome to comment live on the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, and even the Instagram, and I will acknowledge your comments live on the radio. All right, so according to AP News, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs are heading to Las Vegas with a chance for a rare repeat while facing the San Francisco 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch from 4 years ago. The Chiefs beat Lamar Jackson and the number one seeded Baltimore Ravens 17-10 in the AFC Championship game Sunday to advance to the Super Bowl for the fourth time in 5 years. A few hours later, Brock Purdy rallied the number one seeded 49ers to a 34-31 victory over the Detroit Lions in the NFC title game. The Chiefs, 14-6, are aiming to become the first back-to-back champions since Tom Brady and the New England Patriots did it following the 2003 and 2004 seasons. Purdy, who was still 2 years away from being the last pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the last time the teams played in the Super Bowl, will try to lead the 49ers 14-5 to a record-breaking tying sixth title in their eighth appearance. The teams meet at Allegiant Stadium on February 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada. I know Las Vegas is super excited for this because they have literally been preparing ever since the announcement. If you haven't visited Las Vegas, you wouldn't know how Las Vegas is somewhat not even recognizable because they're literally changing the entire city. The Chiefs will become just the third team to play in 4 Super Bowls over a 5-year span. Only the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 1970s and the Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s and the Patriots in the 2000s and 2010s won 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year span. Reed will lead a team in the Super Bowl for the 5th time, moving into a tie with Tom Landry for 3rd, most behind Bill Belichick's 9 and Don Shula's 6. Reed coached the Eagles when the Patriots beat them to repeat 19 years ago. Niners coach Kyle Shanahan returned to the Super Bowl after losing to Reed in his first crack at it. Shanahan was Atlanta's offensive coordinator when the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead against Brady and the Patriots in Super Bowl 51. Mahomes, a 2-time NFL and Super Bowl MVP, will start in his 4th Super Bowl, tied with Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, Peyton Manning, Roger Staubach, and Jim Kelly for 3rd most behind Brady's 10 and John Elway's 5. The biggest question is whether, I know you guys are going to hate to hear this, but is Taylor Swift going to make it to Las Vegas to watch her boyfriend in the Super Bowl on February 11th? Swift, who celebrated with Kelce on the field after the victory over the Ravens, is scheduled to perform in Japan just 24 hours before kickoff. Now, it's super funny talking about Taylor Swift because if you paid attention to the Super Bowl, if you paid attention to social media, more specifically Twitter, people are so over Taylor Swift. It's insane. Like when I say they're over her, they are legit overseeing Taylor Swift. They're bothered by the fact that the camera kept panning over to Taylor Swift and they keep making mention of Taylor Swift at these games. They feel as though that Taylor Swift is taking up too much camera time and they're showing her more than the actual football game. Again, this is what they're saying on Twitter. So I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this news because even though people are irritated, you can't be mad at Tay-Tay because per Front Office Sports, Everyone knows Taylor Swift has a massive impact and has had a massive impact on the NFL this year. And many might be wondering exactly how to measure it. Now, some of the results are in. Swift has generated an equivalent brand value of $331.5 million for the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL. Apex Marketing Group tells Front Office Sports that number, calculated January 22nd, comes from print, digital, radio, TV, highlights, and social media mentioning Swift going back to her first game on September 24th, then figuring out the equivalent dollar value for each instance based on reach and impact. Online news and digital content has created the most value, followed by social media. No wonder, because social media is literally the say-all be-all today. Apex president Eric Smallwood says, for reference, back in mid-October, that figure sat at $166 million, Smallwood says. Swift's impact, of course, goes beyond brand value. Her fans are tuning in, paying up, and latching onto the big personalities of Travis and Jason Kelce. Despite not showing up until week 3, she helped boost viewership, especially for young and female fans. The league clocked its highest regular season female viewership since it began tracking it in 2000, and the best regular season among 18 to 34-year-olds since 2019. From last year's regular season to this year's, male viewership increased by 6%, while female viewership rose by 9%. While Swift isn't the only reason people are tuning into the Chiefs game, she's helped cement them as a top TV draw. One example, last year's divisional win over the Jacksonville Jaguars drew an average of 34.3 million viewers. Last week's divisional win over the Buffalo Bills set an all-time record of 50.4 million average viewers. Naturally, women's fan apparel has seen similar returns. Christian Juszczyk, who actually is the wife of San Francisco's 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk, who makes custom NFL apparel for celebrities, gained more than 500,000 social media followers after Swift wore her custom design to a game. Travis Kelce's jersey sales exploded, increasing by roughly 400% after Swift's first appearance. And a small business in Kansas City is feeling that love too after Swift ordered and wore their vintage Chiefs apparel. Quote, we've had hundreds of orders over the last 48 hours, end quote, store owner Chris Harrington told Business Insider. Quote, sometimes our online store lights up after a Chiefs game when we win, but this is 100 times more than that, and we lost the last game. It was the Taylor effect, end quote. So yes, Swifties are becoming football fans. So whether you hate Taylor Swift or not, whether you're tired of seeing her on your screen, whether you're over them panning back and forth to her and making more mention about her than the actual game, she's bringing value to the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs. Can you blame them? I mean, if you're making me money, I'm going to keep paying it to you too. I want to see Taylor Swift swag surfing if she going to make me more money, okay? So if Taylor Swift up in the stands doing what she's doing and she makes me more money, boop, I am turning that camera. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Make that money. All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have some more daily news. So don't go anywhere. This is the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP out of Las Vegas and live on WRMN out of the Elgin in the Chicagoland area. I'll be right back.
McGrath Nissan in Elgin is located on Route 19, Street, Irving Park Road. Bottom line, Elgin. And McGrath Nissan offers exceptional customer care from sales to service, as well as a highly rated body shop and on-site rental service. McGrath Nissan is your local one-stop shop for the best deals and the best service. So let them show you why generations of customers keep coming back. Don't leave town to buy your car. Make it McGrath Nissan at 945 East Chicago Street in Elgin. On WRMN, we highlight people who are trying to make a difference locally, like Marcus Banner, who talks about taking life to the next level.
I believe a man should better himself, better his family, then you better our community, and then we better government, and in that order. And then eventually you elevate yourself and evolve into a space where you're working on all of those things simultaneously, because there is no finish line to any of that. It's always a continuous work.
Making a difference in the local community for 75 years. We are WRMN. Hi, I'm Marky B from the First Shift Morning Show, and on my show, I often engage in long, hard, deep conversations with my listeners about everyday life.
This morning we had hash browns and eggs, and ham.
Well, what else is going on, Susan? You think I'd look good with hair the same color as yours?
Totally.
Well, anything on the agenda for today?
No.
Now that's powerful radio. So listen to The First Shift weekday mornings beginning at 6 a.m. right here on WRMN.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of the Las Vegas, Nevada area, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. I'm also live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. I'm also live on Instagram right now. Ela, I see you live on the Instagram Live. It's an absolute pleasure to have you tuning in. Yes. If you're just now tuning in, we went over some daily news, and we have some more to go over. You're more than welcome to call in at 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410 to get in the conversation we're currently having. And as always, I want to remind you guys that if you're not able to call in, comment live on the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show, and I will acknowledge your comments, or on the Instagram. All right, let's get into some more daily news, because this weekend has been a lot. As written by Hollywood Unlocked, Nicki Minaj's latest diss track, Bigfoot, has ignited a firestorm of controversy in the music industry. The song comes in response to Megan Thee Stallion following the release of his last Friday. While some fans eagerly awaited Minaj's response, not everyone seemed impressed. One notable critic is Charlamagne the God, the popular Breakfast Club radio host, who expressed his disappointment with Minaj's comeback. In Bigfoot, Nicki Minaj pulls the punches, directly calling out Megan Thee Stallion in the first verse. With biting lyrics, Minaj accuses Megan of seeking attention and using her name for clout. The song escalates with Minaj hinting at Megan's alleged involvement with ghostwriters and even takes a dig at her personal life. She raps, quote, "This little begging whore talking about Megan. This little begging whore talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you can hit Megan raw. If you're a ghostwriter, party in Megan's jaw. Shots thrown, but I still ain't let Megan score." End quote. She also says in part, quote, "Bad B, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The B fell off. I said, get up on your good foot." End quote. Now, since this is all a hot topic, the host of The Breakfast Club weighed in, and here's what they had to say. Take a listen.
On Friday, Meg Thee Stallion checked in. She called and she released her song Hiss, Hiss. And in the song, she was going at pretty much everybody she thought she had beef with, including Nicki Minaj. She dropped a line talking about Megan's Law, and Nicki didn't necessarily like that. Said that she was going at Nicki's family, and Nicki, of course, was going to clap back, she did.
And it's also interesting, too, that, Meg never said any names, like, on purpose. And she said that, the hit dogs will holler. Mm-hmm. And Nicki was hollering all weekend.
That's right. And Nicki released a diss record last night, and we'll play a clip off of it. Let's go.
Swearing on your dead mother when you lie. Hey yo, this little bag ain't talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you hit Megan raw. If that bitch shit like 6 foot, I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off, I said, get up on your good foot.
That ain't it, Nicki. Okay, I don't know who Nicki got around her, but there's absolutely no reason that should have left the studio. I'm glad Nicki decided to finally rap and not just tweet. That ain't it. Because Megan put out Hiss on Thursday night. And for the next 72 hours.
Friday midnight, yep.
No, it was Thursday night at midnight.
Midnight, yep.
No, so Friday at midnight, right? Yep. So she put out His Friday night at midnight. And for the next 72 hours, all weekend, Nicki just has been talking about her on social media. And a lot of the bars that, may have made me been like, oh, shoot, she already tweeted about. She tweeted the Megan Law, Megan Raw line on Twitter. Slick line. But once I heard it in the song, I already saw it on social media. So it ain't hit the same. The Bigfoot line on IG Live. I didn't hit the same because I heard it on IG Live. And I know we say all is fair in love and rap battles, but man, hearing Nicki keep talking about Megan's deceased mother, that ain't it, man.
Well, that's what people have been talking about. They're saying, when it goes to diss rap, can you go too far in diss rap? That's what people have been saying all weekend long.
I was born in 1978. If you'd asked me this question 20 years ago, I would have probably said, nah, all's fair in love and hip hop. And I still kind of feel like that to a certain
I
extent.
mean, we've seen it in
But
everything. If you go back to Tupac, if you go to Biggie, if
those
you
are
go
terrible examples.
if you go to Nas, if you go to Hove, if you go to
Hove apologized because he went too far.
who else is
And
there?
I'm sure Nas looks back on Ether sometime and be like, okay, I should have said that.
Well, they're friends now. That's it too.
But we're approaching this from a grown
evolved
level.
Yes.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't see the need to bring in somebody's deceased mother. Like I said, I can't say it's not fair. I'm just speaking from a human perspective.
Okay.
From a human level, I don't agree with that.
Shout out to Ela. Shout out to Ace of Trade. Shout out to Kira's Christina. Shout out to Kira listening in right now to my live radio show. It's a pleasure having you guys listen in. I like to announce when new people are coming into the chat. My thing is this situation feels like it's going too far. People have asked me over the weekend, like, do you feel like that there is a point of no return when it comes to rap beef? And I do believe that. I've always felt as though if somebody hits you low, you can't tell me how much lower to go. You really can't. If someone brings up somebody who's deceased or something that's extremely personal or something that's going to be very hurtful and that's going to really be a gut punch, you can't tell me as the victim how to respond. And in this situation, Megan Thee Stallion again released Hiss. When she released Hiss, she had all these different statement she made in her song that is again titled Hiss, but she never put a name on anything. Of course, we're not stupid, we're not slow, and we know how to infer and, let's be honest, assume who she's talking about. And everybody's speculating because it's obvious that the Megan's Law verse was targeted towards Nicki Minaj. And my thing is, while I love Nicki Minaj, while I love Megan Thee Stallion, while I love other artists, Nicki Minaj did too much. She spent the whole entire weekend going off on this lady. She spent the entire weekend going off on Megan Thee Stallion. It's like Megan Thee Stallion has yet to respond back to you. And it makes you look crazy because Megan literally said in her song, I'm going to say this stuff, lay it to rest, and y'all not going to hear from me again. And she literally did that. And then on top of that, while Nicki Minaj has been going off on these huge rants, looking crazy, sounding crazy, Megan Thee Stallion was out in LA partying. Like, how does that not make you look like the fool when you're trying to come for somebody who is seemingly unbothered? And so that's one point. Like, you're coming after somebody who is partying in your face, who is not even responding back to you, who's not giving you the time of day, and you're going off so hard on this person. But not only are you going off so hard on this person, it seems like your attempts are desperate. And please, Barbs, don't come after me because I don't got time for this. And I'm not a Nicki Minaj hater. I love Nicki Minaj. But a lot of us can say this just didn't hit like she thought it would. I mean, yeah, it may be charting on Apple Music charts and all the other charts, but of course it's going to chart because it's controversy. How long is the song going to stay in the charts? We don't know because everything charts when it comes out in the midst of controversy. Not saying that Nicki Minaj does not have talent, not saying that Nicki Minaj can't make her music chart. Don't try to take my words and spin them around. What I'm saying is we all know that when you play something and you release something during the midst of controversy, it's going to chart no matter what, period. That's called a gimmick. That's called PR. That's called advertising. That's called marketing. Like it's obvious. And when we are listening to how Nicki Minaj has been coming at Megan Thee Stallion, she's saying that, you came from my family, you hit me low, so y'all can't tell me how to hit her back. I agree, but my thing is, not only did she not put a name to you, she said a hit dog will holler. And unfortunately, Nicki Minaj, you're coming off that way. Like, it's like you're proving her point. And it's just like, Nicki, you have one of the highest selling albums out, even in 2024. You have so many accolades you're about to achieve. You have so many things about to come your way. I just felt like this was beneath you. I felt like this was so beneath you. Like, you could have literally paid this dust, or you could have just made a diss track, kept it on wax, left it in a rap beef, left it at that, and left it alone. But you went to IG Live. You said all these horrible things about this girl. You went to Twitter, said all these horrible things about this girl, and you kept saying so much without stopping. And it makes people believe that like you're literally spiraling out of control. So it's hard for people who are fans of you, who love you and like you, to say, Let's support Nicki Minaj. To be honest, a lot of people are getting secondhand embarrassment from this. Y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but Megan won, in my opinion. In this rap beef between Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, I personally believe Megan Thee Stallion beat Nicki Minaj with that one Megan's Law bar. Sorry, and not to say that Megan isn't great or Nicki Minaj isn't great. It's just a battle is a battle. Things happen, and this was just an embarrassing moment for Nicki Minaj to go that long on about this topic when this girl literally was not giving her any attention. That's just how I felt. That's just really how I felt. I don't know. Like, y'all can comment live and let me know how you feel about the Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion drama. You can call in. But that's just really how I felt. Now, let's get into this news. According to AP News, the Mexico City International Airport acknowledged in a statement Friday that a man had opened an emergency exit and walked out on the wing of a plane that was parked and waiting for takeoff last Thursday. The airport said the man had been turned over to the police, but dozens of fellow passengers signed a written copy of a statement saying the airline made them wait for hours without ventilation or water while the flight was delayed. According to photos of the statement posted online, fellow passengers said he acted, quote, to protect everyone with the support of everyone, end quote. The airport said in a statement that, quote, yesterday a passenger on a flight to Guatemala opened an emergency door on a plane while it was stationary at a remote position, stood on a wing, and then re-entered the cabin without affecting the aircraft or anyone else, end quote. Quote, in line with international security regulations, this person turned himself over to authorities, end quote, it said. At least 77 passengers aboard the Aeromexico flight to Guatemala signed a statement handwritten on notebook paper and photos of which were posted on social media supporting the man's action. Quote, the delay and lack of air created conditions that endangered the health of the passengers. He saved our lives, end quote, according to the statement. I have never understood why when flights are delayed or when flights are canceled, they make you wait on the aircraft. I've never understood that. Like, why don't you just take me somewhere and let me off this darn plane? And on top of that, why don't you open the emergency door so we can get some air? Like, opening the emergency door will not put us at danger when we're in a stationary position at the airport. What, is another plane gonna crash into the plane now because y'all got the emergency door open? I understand that sometimes there may not be ports available for the airplane to go dock back at, because a lot of times when the airplane pulls out, another plane comes right into that port. I understand that. So they may be waiting for another port, or they may be waiting for transportation to come and get these passengers. But 4 hours? Like, come on now. And then my thing is, when you delay a flight, let us off. If you know this flight's gonna be delayed for 4 hours, let us off so we can be comfortable. The boarding process isn't gonna take that long to redo. Let us off. I don't blame this man. They should allow this man to be let free. I don't think this man should go to jail. I don't think this man should be on the no flight list. I think this man did what he should have done for the people because the people agreed to it. And at the end of the day, you want us to die? Come on now. All right, y'all, I want to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have a conversation on taking your own advice. Don't go anywhere. This is the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP out of the Las Vegas area and live on WRMN out of the Elgin and Chicago area as well. Stick around. I'll be right back.
If you own or operate a local business, you know that extra advertising and promoting can only help your business grow. But you also know that it can cost you an extra arm and a leg. Here at WRMN, we can promote your business, provide you with advertising, and deliver you new customers absolutely free. For more information about partnering with WRMN at no charge, call our business office during regular business hours at 847-741-7700 and check out our website at WRMN1410.com.
Batteries Plus Bulbs is more than batteries and bulbs. It's your repair shop for Apple devices, Samsung Galaxy devices, and more. Located on Randall Road, just south of 20 in Elgin, Batteries Plus Bulbs fills all your battery and light bulb needs in one stop. They have the largest selection of batteries for ATVs, cameras, phones, laptops, scooters, cars and homes, and everything else. Looking to save money with energy-efficient LED or holiday lighting? Stop in at Batteries Plus Bulbs in Elgin. Go to batteriesplus.com for special offers.
Is your company active on social media? Powerful and optimized social media profiles give you the biggest bang for the buck. Establishing a program that concentrates on building and maintaining an audience that is best suited for your business will turn your audience into customers. Reach out to Corcom.com for help with your social media. They offer free consultations and can be reached at KORCOMM.com. or 224-227-3371.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of the Las Vegas, Nevada area. I have to do it like that because y'all know the Super Bowl is coming February 11th. So I have to be like, you know what? Las Vegas. I'm live in Las Vegas. Ain't that lit? And also live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin in the Chicago land area. This is a real live radio show, y'all, but we're also live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. And we're also live on Instagram right now at It's Jaime Dee. That's ITSJaimedee. Shout out to Chris Green out of Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Shy_KJC. Shout out to Ela. Shout out to Kara. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in to The Jaime Dee Show on the streaming platforms. And for those who are in their cars, I really appreciate you all. Okay, so real quick, on the commercial break, before we get into the social topic, someone was asking me about the Nicki Minaj thing. They want me to kind of take a step back with this real quick and talk about how I felt as pertains to the lyrics. Again, I just really felt like with this whole Nicki Minaj situation, just like Charlamagne the God said, we saw most of these lyrics because she said them on live or she posted tweets about them. So then to hear them in the song, it was like, yeah, the bars really didn't hit the same because we heard them already. We heard the Bigfoot thing on live 18,000 times. We heard some of the lyrics you said in the song about Lana, your dead mom, and all those different things on Twitter and on the live. So it was like, to put them in the song, it was like, while it was creative and like, dang, you coming for this girl on the live and on Twitter, when you put them in the song, after you already said it out loud, I was kind of just like, I don't know. Again, y'all can let me know how y'all feel. Y'all can comment live on the Instagram. Y'all can comment live. I see we have Camilla out of Chicago, Illinois, just now tuning in. I really appreciate it. I don't know. In this situation, it just really felt like that rap beef was, at that point, one-sided. Because literally, it was like Nicki Minaj was yelling at a brick wall because, again, Megan Thee Stallion was not responding, and she was just going off. You know, I want to say this, too. It felt like, because Nicki Minaj is such an influential, impactful, and amazing artist, and people literally look up to her, it felt like when people realized that she had this now rap beef with Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm just assuming and speculating, people then started feeding Nicki Minaj stuff so she can use that against Megan Thee Stallion. And I don't know, it just felt like the stuff that she was saying kind of felt desperate. I mean, talking about Lonnie, a dead mama, talking about, you being a whore in the industry, talking about other stuff, it just felt like a low blow. And I'm going to say this too. Most of the stuff that she said, we already knew about Megan Thee Stallion. We already know Megan Thee Stallion hunched on a lot of these people. We already know Megan Thee Stallion had these certain situations that she brought up. And Megan Thee Stallion also admitted to a few of those things. So a lot of the stuff didn't really feel like new. It's like, if you're really going to come after somebody, bring some new. Bring someone's going to be like, gasp. I mean, the mama thing was a gasp, but it wasn't a gasp as it pertains to like, that's new evidence. It was more so like, wait, what are you talking about? And also, gasp. That was kind of rude and mean. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I do not condone violence, but if you brought up my dad mama, you have to catch me outside. I'm sorry. Rap beef over. Rap beef over. There are certain things you just don't do. And if you're gonna bring up my dad mama, it's on site. And I know people are gonna say, well, she brought up Megan's Law, and she brought up that Nicki Minaj is married to a pedophile, so she can say what she wants. I agree. Talk about my husband, talk about my wife, talk about my kids. It's on site when I see you. Again, I don't condone violence. It's on site. I'm on both of their side when it comes to it's on site when I see you. Because don't talk about anything too personal with me. Because, I don't know, words will have to stop after a while. That's just how I feel. But all right, that's all I have to say about the Nicki Minaj situation. I personally want the whole thing to end. I personally think that while rap beefs can be funny because drama is drama and, the world for some reason runs off negativity, I want to see more happiness between artists. I want to see Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj come to a table and apologize and get over their beef. I want to see Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B come to a table and apologize and get over the beef. A lot of the beef, I even be cool with Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj, Remy and Nicki Minaj. It feels like a lot of these rap beefs that start are just unnecessary. It feels like a lot of these rap beefs that start weren't even started by the artists themselves. So it's like, you just want to see people support each other, love each other. And especially when it's women on women, let women be there for each other. Let people of minority groups be there for each other. We're already too divided as it is. And unfortunately, celebrities are our role models, and they're the ones who impact our cultures, and they're the ones who, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because we really shouldn't be putting this much pressure and this much power into individual people, but they're the ones who push our cultures forward. And when we see how they're moving, that unfortunately tailors how we move as a society. And I just think it's stupid. That's why bullying is a thing. That's why, it be on people is a thing. I just think it's all dumb. But let's get into this social topic about taking your own advice. Life has always been very interesting for me, to say the least. I've had a lot of my own problems in life that had me seeking someone for help or answers. I've also had a lot of amazing and beautiful things happen to me in life as well. That also made me want to share those moments with others. I would say growing up, I never felt like I had the right people to share those moments with, and that would hurt me a lot. I would pray for God to hear, see, and help me with when those moments came, and when I was out in the world building my community. And sometimes I felt like he just wasn't hearing me, and I felt like things weren't going my way. I felt like I was meeting people who just didn't fit the type of people I wanted to be around or hang out with or talk to or build with. And it was like, why am I steady meeting these people? Like, I feel like I'm not doing certain things to meet these certain people or attract these certain people. So God, like, help me bring people in my life that I actually want in my life. And as time went on, ring this bell, because God has definitely heard my prayers and blessed me with the tribe of people I can lean on, and I'm grateful for that. There are so many people that I have now that I love so dearly. I can call, talk to when things are going amazing, talk to when things are going bad, plan trips with, and really share beautiful moments with. And I'm so grateful that God answered those prayers, especially now that I'm entering into my 30s. I'm 29 now. My birthday is June 1st. I mean, we're less than 6 months away from my birthday, and I'm not saying that age really defines anything, but as you get older, you don't want to have to keep searching for certain stuff. It's like you want to get that part of your life accomplished and figured out by the time you hit a certain age. And so I'm grateful to say that I somewhat have that figured out entering into my 30s. Even when I was saying those prayers and growing into myself as I got older, I've always been that person that people could and would come to for any and everything. I've always prided myself on being a safe space for people. I truly and genuinely care about people's well-being and whatever they have going on in their lives. I'm also hella nosy. So sometimes I just want to know what's going on. I'm going to call a spade a spade. However, even when I'm just being nosy and want the tea, I'm still a safe space. You can ask anyone who knows me. They will vouch for me. Yes, Jamie could be a little nosy, but Jamie always has people's best interest at heart. I own it. I mean, it is what it is. You won't hear my name in the streets from anybody saying, oh, Jaime Dee said this and Jaime Dee said that about so-and-so. You just won't. Even though I open myself up to people for them to come to me, and I have been that space where people just unloaded everything, it definitely gets exhausting after a while when you have a lot of people with trauma dumping on you. And like I said, I pride myself on being that safe space for people, and I'm not complaining, but it does get overwhelming at times. It's true. Everyone who knows me knows that I know what to say and how to say things. And that even though I'm young, I'm still very experienced, knowledgeable, and relatable for my age. I often have to create boundaries, though, because it really does become too much to not only deal with your burdens, but also take on other people's burdens and deal with theirs too. But I'm going to be real with y'all. Even when I create those boundaries, I sometimes find myself disregarding them because I really care about people and I want to help them. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm on the phone with somebody or if I'm with them in person and I notice something is wrong, I just can't let it go. Like I feel the urge to help them and be someone's shoulder. Like, what's going on? Like, why are you acting like that? Why are you sad? Like, talk to me. What's up? Because also too, it's like, I don't want to be around somebody who's sad. Like, can we get over this real quick so we can go back to being happy? So I put myself in those positions sometimes when I shouldn't. And I'm working on that. Because I know it can become really unhealthy when you take on too much and don't truly adhere to your boundaries, especially when your glass is almost empty. You can't pour from into somebody else's glass if your glass is not full. You just can't. You shouldn't be overexerting yourself for people when you can't even pour into yourself first. And I know that, but I'm working on it. Now we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to tell y'all how this topic came up because I think it's very important to understand how to take your own advice. And that's the topic we're talking about right now. So don't go anywhere. This is the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN out of the Elgin and Chicagoland area. Remember, call in 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410 to get on the radio. And also hit us up on social media, and I will acknowledge your comments. I'll be right back.
Hey there, this is Marky B from the First Shift Morning Show, and on my show, I try to make local movers and shakers feel comfortable when they join me for interviews, like Sherry Blazier of the Elgin History Museum.
I think I need to note to you that I just looked at my mood ring, and it is perfectly purple, which means I'm very happy and content and sailing along. I figured if I immersed myself in the accoutrements, I would be in the mood for this.
Huh. Accoutrement? Is that what you said?
Accoutrement.
What she said. Just join me mornings from 6 until 10 a.m. right here on WRMN. Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644. Sometimes on the First Shift Morning Show, we just want to relax and laugh.
I kind of wish that there was canned applause in my everyday life.
That sounds like they're bull riding.
They're cheering you on.
I think this might be the only laughter I have.
Oh, no.
That's not going to work.
Sounds like we're doing stand-up at a nursery, which we would kill that, I might add.
How about this?
Yeah. Great to be here at the PTA meeting. Thanks.
It's the First Shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Batteries Plus Bulbs is more than batteries and bulbs. It's your repair shop for Apple devices, Samsung Galaxy devices, and more. Located on Randall Road, just south of 20 in Elgin, Batteries Plus Bulbs fills all your battery and light bulb needs in one stop. They have the largest selection of batteries for ATVs, cameras, phones, laptops, scooters, cars and homes, and everything else. Looking to save money with energy-efficient LED or holiday lighting? Stop in at Batteries Plus Bulbs in Elgin. Go to batteriesplus.com for special offers.
This is Marky B of the First Shift, and when I feel like getting serious in the mornings, I call on Jeff Ward of thefirstword.net because he has the solutions to all of our local and national issues.
Every time I talk about this immigration issue, people accuse me, oh, you just want to let them all in. No, we need to take care of our own. You know, of course, if we cut our defense budget by 10%, we could take care of everybody, migrants and our own. And we'd still be spending more money than the next 9 to 10 countries combined.
It's the First Shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m., right here on WRMN.
Realized my mic was muted. Sorry about that, y'all. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1400 on live on WRMN AM 1410. It's so close to Vegas's 1400 and 1410. My bad. So Vegas is 1400. Elgin, Chicagoland area, AM 1410, y'all. And 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. Y'all, this I could be trying to tell y'all this isn't a podcast and this is live radio. Sometimes mistakes happen. And it's crazy because I don't know how the heck my mic got back muted after I unmuted it. Anyway, it's life. This is life. I just want to remind y'all, this is a real live radio show. So if you want to promote your business, products, services, music, and more, hit us up at info@JamieDee.com. That's info@JamieDee.com. I promise you, we can give you the exposure you need and want, okay? So hit us up to promote your products, businesses, service, music, and more. And if you just want to support the Jaime Dee Show and give and donate, you can do that too. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get back into this social topic about taking your own advice, because I feel as though a lot of times we are so quick to give other people advice and we don't take a step back and realize we need that advice for our darn selves. And one topic I find myself helping my friends with is dating. Look, I have really seen and been through so darn much. When I say I can write a book, and when I make this book, I bet this book will be New York Times bestseller and more. Also, real quick, shout out to Antonio is Muted. I see Antonio Brown out of Atlanta, Georgia. It's an absolute pleasure to have you tuning into my live radio show. But yeah, I'm telling you, if I wrote a book about my life and the problems I've went through and the things I've seen and I've heard and the relationships I've speculated, spectated, let me tell you, I would definitely be rich because people would love to listen and read my book. Okay. But I can say because I've been through so much and I've learned so much, I truly can see red flags immediately. Tell how someone's going to be as a person and when someone just won't be a good person in general. Quick, ask anybody. I'm always like, yep, this person you're going to talk to is going to end up this way. Yep, that's a red flag. Yep, that's wrong. And it's so funny. My friends off bat don't usually believe me because they're just like, oh, I want to assume that this person's going to be great and it's a fairy tale this and a fairy tale that. And I'd be like, all right. Watch and see, Rose eyes, and they come back. You were right. Oh my God, this person did end up this way. Oh my God, this was like this. And I'd be like, I told you. Could have saved yourself a heartbreak, but now here we are. I feel like it's a blessing and a curse when you can see those things easily. But it's like, it's hard to manage that, especially when you can see them without fully interacting with people. I promise you, it is a blessing, but it also is a curse when you can see through people so easily and so quickly. Sometimes I tell myself, Jamie, everyone's not the same, which they aren't, so don't assume. But 9 times out of 10, y'all, I'm usually right because even though people aren't the same, they are damn near similar enough. Most recently, I was talking to a friend about how they really need to take control of their actions and how they present themselves in the dating world because presentation and actions matter. Also, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. We now live in a culture where intimacy issues, unrealistic expectations, hookup culture, open relationships, and all these dang hookup dating apps run the dating scene. And unfortunately, this is for everyone, gay, straight, and in between. Different communities are much more similar to each other than they think they are. I always laugh about how people swear their communities are so different or they have it so much harder. And it's like, bruh, have you not realized that all people suck? No matter what type of person we're talking about, man, woman, gay, straight, bi, trans, black, white, Hispanic, other, Asian, Indian, they all suck. People suck. People are going to people. There is no person or no people or no ethnicity or no demographic that has it better or that, let me take that back because unfortunately, I'm sorry, y'all, my Caucasian friends, y'all do got a little bit better. But outside of them, there's no other groups that's really better than other groups. We all going through it. And then if you put everybody together for real, as people, regardless of ethnicity, we're all dealing with our own problems, period. Whether white, black, gay, straight, whatever you want to say it is, we are all literally moving through life in a trauma response, meaning we are all hurting people, no matter how healed we think we are. Literally, the whole world is still dealing with having to survive through a 3-year-long pandemic. If you think you have it much better than the next person, go online. You'll be humbled real quick. I just don't understand. We're always trying to compare apples to cars. Like, it just don't make sense to me. But anyway, I just realized how this friend was moving, and I told them they are their own problem. They aren't getting the results they want from people because they aren't moving with their true intentions. They aren't communicating effectively, and they're letting sex run how they operate. Until they fix that by slowing down, stop having sex with everybody, get up all them hookup dating apps, and truly communicate what it is they're looking for, they're going to continue the same cycle they're on and stay lonely. Now, I'm going to tell you all the truth. They told me that my advice hurt them. But then, even though it hurt them, they knew I was completely right and they needed to work on themselves. And that was something they needed to hear because they've been running from that advice and from that thought for so long. Because unfortunately, even though trauma sucks and it hurts people, it could be very comfortable. Not saying that you want to be in that space, but a lot of times it's comfortable moving the same way you're used to moving. It's the truth. We're humans. It is what it is. Now, I personally was cool after the convo, but then later that night, I started to think about the convo and I felt sad. And then my body got hot. I was like, bruh, Now, why am I feeling bad? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't. Then I realized, dang, not only was I talking to my friend, I was also high-key talking to myself. Don't you hate when you like hold yourself accountable? When things just make sense? When things are just like, shout out to Tika all the way from Chicago, Illinois. What's up, Tika? I see you. Y'all got to go to her book fair. I believe it's going to be February 2nd. Tika, let me know what those dates are. But yeah, y'all got to go to her book signing. She's going to be there, y'all. She's going to be there. Beautiful author out here in Chicago, Illinois. But yeah, I was like, dang, talking to myself. But I don't lead with sex. That is my ministry. That is my problem. I don't have sex with everybody. And I absolutely don't have a problem communicating. Now, again, I'm not judging anybody because I'm a safe space, but those aren't my problems. They just aren't. But I am on the dating apps that are known to be hookup apps. I'm trying, y'all. Trying to find a needle in a haystack. And I'm also looking for my person in all the wrong places, even though I feel like I'm doing things differently. I'm doing the same thing over and over, but just in different ways and expecting different results. Then getting mad when things aren't happening for me the way I want them to. And I was like, crap. Now I got to take my own advice. So y'all know, I always say I hold myself accountable so y'all don't have to. So I'm gonna be honest. I definitely called that friend back to reflect and also prove that I'm able to hold myself accountable and walk the same path I preach to others. Y'all, it was such a humbling moment because it really was a moment where even though I was helping someone else out, I had to take my own advice. Now, I'm not perfect, and I don't have the answers to everything because I truly don't know where to go or what to do to meet my person. And that's hard because through my experiences, no matter where I've gone to meet people, it could be at the club, the library, the mall, randomly on the street, school, or whatever. People just suck, y'all. And people really aren't that different. I don't know. I'm a very positive person. I'm not pessimistic, I promise you. But we got to be realistic and we got to call a spade a spade. To find someone like you who has the same morals and interest as you, who is attractive to you, and who won't cheat on you is like finding the darn potion to immortal life. For those who have that life, I love y'all. I love it for you. I'm happy for you. Not envious, not jealous, because my time is coming. But we know more often than not, a lot of y'all are in relationships that you're not happy in. Y'all being cheated on. Y'all being lied to. Y'all weren't even really attracted to them in the first place. Y'all forced yourselves into that marriage. And it's just the awful truth. And a lot of people are stuck in their relationships because of the children or because of history. And I think that's the dumbest thing ever. But again, we're humans. It happens. Some relationship experts say you have to stop thinking about finding someone and let them find you. But I don't know about y'all. That's hard AF. I'm going to try to work on staying committed to that because apparently that's the only answer. But I don't know, y'all. All I know is that I have to take my own advice and really try something different to get a different result. We'll see how that goes. I'll come back in and I'll check with y'all. If I finally meet my person, I may tell y'all. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell y'all like I got somebody like, oh, I'm taking. I don't know if I'll tell y'all who it is right away, but we'll see. But I just feel like no matter what anyone says for real, there's things you could do to have a happier and less stressful life, yeah, but there's no true way of doing things. Different things work for different people, and you never know how life will end up for you. There really is no rule book on how to live life. There's no rule book on how to get the things you want. There's no rule book that will say, if you do this to the T, this will happen for you. They say this has happened for a lot of people. This has been the result for a lot of people, but that's for a lot of people, not for everybody. This is nothing in life and no rules in life and no direction in life is 100% guaranteed. I don't care what nobody says. It's just not. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. Let me know if y'all agree. Comment live on the YouTube. Comment live on the social media. I don't think anything is 100% guaranteed. Shout out to Robin Bellinger. Hey, what's up, friend? Good to see you on the live radio show. Good to have you, Robin. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I don't think nothing is guaranteed because a lot of us have done a lot of great things and a lot of rule book following and law following and ended up still broke, ended up still heartbroken, ended up still sad, ended up still single parents, ended up still trying to figure out their lives. I just don't know. It's like you're told from childbirth that, like, if you do this, if you do that, this is what happened for you. This is what you'll get. And you're like, okay. And you do it. And you see it works for some people, but then you see other people who don't follow those rules at all. And they're millionaires and they seemingly are happy and they're in relationships and they're having fun and their family's healthy. And it's like, so I followed this path just to end up sad and make it make sense. So what I got from all this was this. Just remember that when you're preaching to others, you may also want to take a step back and take that same exact advice you're preaching. Period. Because a lot of times when you think you're talking to somebody, you're really talking to yourself. You really are. It may not always be projecting, but a lot of times, like I said, after all, we are more similar than we think we are. And we're all dealing with pretty much the same problems or a different variation of the same problem. I mean, again, life is life. People are people. People suck. Things are hard. There's no rule book. And we're all out here really being the blind, leading the blind. I mean, look at politics. Look at the people in power right now. It's just crazy. But just remember, when you're preaching to somebody else, take your own advice. Hold yourself accountable. And be conscious and self-aware about how you are showing up in other people's spaces. All right, y'all, this has been the Jaime Dee Show. I want to remind y'all, if you want to promote your business, products, services, music, and more, hit us up at info@jaimedee.com. That's info@JAIMEDEE.com. Also, if you want to pitch a story or pitch a client or come on the radio show, hit us up, info@jaimedee.com. Yeah, we can pitch it. We sure can. You might end yourself up on the Jaime Dee Show. I'm going to tell y'all, everybody who's ended up on my show has gotten some exposure. And I can tell you, everybody who's worked with me has gotten a higher brand count, a higher follower count, and more. So hit me up. All right, y'all. This has been the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Samsung putting AI